morning everyone, and welcome to another video. So today is kind of a big deal because it's officially 6 months till me and Charlie get married, which is very exciting. So we're getting married later this year on the 17th of December. It's actually been pushed out twice. We were actually supposed to be married by now, but Miss Rona ruined all our plans. But since it is 6 months, I thought today I would take this opportunity to set myself some goals, some health goals, because obviously I want to be walking down the aisle into committed married life as the best possible version of myself. Today is kind of day one of my wedding glow up series, which is very exciting. So we're going to be going through a full skin update, a full hair update, and then at the end we are going to be talking a little bit about physique and weight loss and that stuff that can be a little bit sensitive. So if you don't want to watch that section of the video, then you don't have to. So I had a pretty active morning today. Started off with a bang, went for a walk, did a workout. I think that's the first time I've ever filmed a workout for you guys, so hope you enjoyed that. So I'm gonna make myself a protein smoothie now. I'm gonna go write down some of my goals, organize my thoughts, and then we're gonna chat through them in just a little bit. Now for the next 6 months. I actually write them out by hand first. And did you know that you're actually 42% more likely to stick to your goals if you are writing them out by hand? Wow. The first thing that we are going to be talking about is skin. So let's do a quick skin update first. My skin, like I have mentioned in a few of my videos in terms of the eczema, is much better now that I have arrived in Singapore, but it is still not 100% perfect. I don't actually think it's ever going to be 100% perfect. I think I've just have to come to accept that fact. And areas that are not great is, as usual, a little bit dry and a little bit red here around my neck, and for some reason I have a little funky finger situation going on. You can see that. It is much better since I have been using the CeraVe moisturizing cream. If I'm totally honest, I still think there's things in my diet and there's things that I'm kind of doing day to day that definitely aren't making it better. But in terms of like the goal that I want to get to at the end of the 6 months, I don't think that I can be super unrealistic to say like no eczema ever, because I think that's just my skin. I'm just always going to have a little bit of something somewhere, but I do really want to get, you know, glowing, beautiful skin for my wedding. So the number one thing I need to nail my skincare routine. And if I'm totally honest, I'm not dissatisfied with my skincare routine. I think that it is pretty good. I think I need to get more regular facials. I really don't get facials very often. Last time I got a facial, I think was on my birthday last year. And I don't necessarily think I need to go to a salon every time I go to get a facial, but maybe make a bit more effort to do some facials at home. But definitely a bit more kind of like deep cleaning, that sort of thing, because I definitely don't do enough of that. And then of course, like I mentioned, it's all about getting your diet and your lifestyle on point to get that kind of glow. And for that, I have specifically written 2 main points. So the first one is I eat too much sugar. Like I just do. I have a real sweet tooth. Even though I know it's really bad for me, like I still love it. I still have it. So I really am going to focus on trying to swap out some of the more sugary things I eat with healthy fats, because healthy fats I think are really, really good for your skin. And they definitely do help you to, especially for people like me who has kind of naturally a bit drier skin. Second thing is just to continue to be taking my collagen supplements. So I have been doing a 30-day collagen supplement experiment because I was really interested to see if I actually would make any difference in my skin. And I'm still in the middle of that. So the 30 days will be up next week. So you can see a full dedicated video on that once that is over. But I don't want to give too much away, but I am really excited to kind of show you guys the before and after, because yes, I definitely will be continuing to take collagen supplements. So I think in terms of my skin, I think that's the kind of area that I, at the moment, I'm pretty fine with. I don't think there's much that I need to change. Just make sure to continue to keep it nice and healthy, because obviously, yeah, I want to be a nice glowing bride when I'm walking down the aisle. With all that said, let's go make some lunch and then we can talk about hair. We now move into my second category of goals that I am trying to achieve before I get married in December in 6 months' time. And that is, of course, my hair. So I have a very love-hate relationship with my hair, I would say. Some days I wake up and I'm like, girl, you're looking good today. And other days, usually when I've been outside here, I'm looking at my hair and I'm like, what is going on? I am, of course, trying to grow my hair long and at the same time strong and healthy. And I'm pretty just curious to see how long I can get it. So I have had long hair before, but it definitely wasn't healthy. It was more like Legolas from Lord of the Rings vibes. And I'm now obviously trying to go for more Rachel from Friends vibes. You know, that kind of straight, sleek, more of a natural color, I would say. That's my goal. How are we gonna get there? First of all, I'm gonna keep doing my hair masks. I really think that they are just really good for replenishing some of that moisture that gets lost, especially my hair. It's very porous. If you wanna see a video about porosity, then check that out right here. So the other thing is I am, of course, now washing my hair daily, but I think I need to switch up my shampoo because it's a little bit harsh. It contains a lot of peppermint, a lot of rosemary. Need to rethink that. Obviously, I've just bought the Burt's Bees baby shampoo, so we're gonna see how that goes. And of course, no heat. I really don't use much heat on my hair at all. I don't straighten my hair, I don't curl my hair, and occasionally I would hair dry it, but now my hair dryer is broken, so I think that was a sign that I need to stop doing that, because I think the less heat you are using on your hair, especially when you have fragile hair like myself, the better. So another thing in terms of kind of a bit more of a elevated treatment, let's say, I do want to go to another hair spa and try to go to one every 2 months. The first hair spa session that I did, you can check out my video on that. And then finally, of course, the most important thing is that your hair health, as much as your skin health, as much as your general health, all depends on your diet and your lifestyle. So let's take it back to the kind of more holistic approach again. I have been, of course, taking these hair supplements, which I am obsessed with, and I really feel like my hair has been growing significantly faster since I have started taking those. That was it for my hair growth goals. And I know all these goals are gonna be quite vain, but you guys, that's what my channel's about. My channel's about skin, hair, and health. I mean, we could talk about productivity and personal development and all that kind of stuff if you wanted to, but I think that would be kind of steering away from my niche, and the algorithm doesn't really like that. So after that, we are going to be talking all about diet, fitness, physique, because I'm getting married. I have a dress that I want to look banging in, and if that's not something that is interesting for you, maybe click out of the video now.
Bye, have a great time.
But before you go, obviously obviously subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see the next little episode in this wedding glow up series. For the rest of you, I will see you guys a little bit later. Actually, before we go, I realized I didn't give you guys a hair update. So let me do a proper hair update for you now, so you get a proper 360 view of what it looks like at the moment. As you can see, it is much longer and it feels a lot thicker than it has been for a long time. But it's just the ends are always quite dry. It will never be super, super thick, and that's fine. I have accepted that. Now we move into the final, and I would probably say the biggest area when it comes to the goals that I want to achieve, and that is to do with physique. So I did mention earlier, I am going to be mentioning calories, a little bit of weight chat, also going to be talking about my history with some disordered eating. If you don't want to hear about any of that stuff, click out now. But if you are interested, then welcome to my bedroom. Let's have a little chat about it. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, I'm not in bad shape, but I'm also not in great shape. As in, at least not for me, or at least not like the best shape that I could be. I know you don't need to lose loads of weight for your wedding, and it doesn't matter if you change shape over lockdown or anything like that, but just for me, I want to look and, more importantly, feel my absolute best in the wedding dress that I have got, because it's a really nice dress. So let's talk a little bit now in terms of my sort of plan around it. So first of all, I should definitely mention that I have a history of disordered eating / eating disorder. When I was at university, I dieted like an absolute maniac because I was in a fashion show, and that really messed up my eating for a really long time, and I had a very unhealthy relationship with food. So that's something that I'm super conscious about. I want to do this in a way that's very sustainable, very healthy, very positive, and not something that's going to, you know, affect me in any way negatively. So let's talk about fitness first. So I love exercising. So at the moment I am going to be focusing on more kind of HIIT workouts, more outdoor activities. So I am thinking of getting a bike. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a rule, and it was actually inspired by a video that I watched by Matt Diabella. And that rule is basically, if you're trying to form a daily habit, you can miss it one day, but you cannot miss it 2 days in a row. So with that, it means that you are at the very least doing it every other day. And that is the plan that I'm going to stick to with exercise. So now let's move on to nutrition. And I've set up some nutritional guidelines for myself that I'm going to be following in the next 6 months. And these very much incorporate some of the lessons learned that I had from having a very severe and restrictive way of eating. So the first thing is that if you want to lose weight, you do have to be in a calorie deficit. There is no way of getting around that. You have to expend more energy than you are taking in. But there is a way of doing this without calorie counting. I can feel at the end of the day when I have eaten less than I have burnt. There's just a certain physical feeling that I get when I know, okay, I'm in a calorie deficit right now. And of course I can be conscious of calorie content without actually counting it. If you're always choosing kind of low calorie foods, then you are most likely going to be putting yourself into a calorie deficit without having to actually physically count them. You don't really want to be focusing on the calories per se. If you are focusing on lots of protein, lots of whole foods, and lots of fiber, you are most likely going to have a reduced calorie intake. Final thing that I'm going to do, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, is going to be not to drink any more alcohols. I don't drink loads of alcohol at all, like maybe like a few glasses here and there. It's just like a lifestyle change that I do want to make, and I feel like now is quite a good time, since it's kind of time boxed, to do that. So no more alcohol for the next 6 months, and I bet you I'm going to feel great after that. It's more about how you feel both in yourself and, you know, your energy levels, your mood levels, how you fit in your clothes. And I think that's kind of the more important thing to be focusing on, because it's ultimately not about how you look, it's about how you feel. And if you feel your best, then you will look your best. So there we have it, day 1 of my wedding transformation series. I do aim to check in probably once every month. Hopefully we should see some good changes month by month. If you want to follow along with me, maybe you're also getting married. If that's the case, then congratulations. If you haven't followed me already, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, really helps my channel. And in the meantime, I'll see you again very soon for another video. Bye.